I thought I knew everything about my wife. We had been married for 3 years. Every morning, she'd kiss me on the cheek, made coffee just the way I liked it, and smiled like nothing in the world could ever go wrong. She was my home, my peace, my everything. But then came that night. It wasn't even anything dramatic that triggered my suspicion. Just a late-night phone buzz. She thought I was asleep. I wasn't. I heard her whisper into the phone, "I'll be there soon," and slip out the front door. No explanation. No code. Just gone. My heart sank, but my curiosity burned harder. I threw on some sweats, grabbed my keys, and followed her. Not out of jealousy, out of fear. Fear that something was off. Fear that the woman I married was hiding something I wasn't prepared to find. I didn't expect what came next.
You're awake. I thought you were sleeping. I didn't want to wake you. No, it wasn't anything serious. I needed some air. You know how sometimes I get restless at night. You've seen it before. I didn't think you'd follow me. Babe, I'll be honest. That wasn't just a walk. I was going somewhere. Somewhere I haven't taken you. Somewhere I hoped you'd never have to see. But you're here now. And since you are, maybe it's time I tell you the truth. I didn't plan to keep secrets. Not when we got married. I really did want a clean start. But some things, they don't let go just because we want them to. I go to that building once a month. The one behind the old church. That one. The one no one talks about anymore. People pretend it doesn't exist. But for me, it's where I found myself. Or maybe lost myself. Depends on the night. It's not drugs. Or another man. Oh no. It's nothing like that. Something else. Something I was part of before I met you. And even now, I'm not sure I ever left. There's a group of us. We meet in silence. No names. No past. Just masks and candles. We don't hurt anyone. We don't do rituals or cult stuff like you might think. But what we do, it's still not something I can explain without sounding insane. But I swear to you, I'm not lying. I've never lied to you about loving you. This is just the one part of me I didn't know how to share. I was afraid if you saw it, you'd look at me differently.
I'm not angry. Just shaken. I followed you because I felt something slipping. Not just you, but us. And now I know why. But I don't understand. What do you mean masks and candles? A place with no names? What do you do there? I don't care if it's strange or dark or weird. I care if it's dangerous. I care if it's pulling you away from me. You say you love me. I believe that. But how do I fit into this world of yours? Do I get to know it? Or am I always going to be outside of it? You're not the woman I thought I married. But maybe you are. Maybe I just never saw the full picture. And now that I have, I need to know what's next. Are you going back there? And if you do you want to follow?
I didn't want you to find out this way. But now that you have, maybe it's time I stop hiding. Started 4 years before I met you. I was broken, really broken. I had just lost someone I loved, and nothing made sense anymore. Every morning felt like drowning, and every night, even worse. Then I met a woman at a grief counseling group. She was quiet, but there was something about her. Calm, powerful. She didn't talk much, but one night she handed me a card. Black with no words. Just an address. No name. No instructions. I didn't go at first. I thought it was weird. Creepy even. But a few nights later I couldn't sleep. I kept seeing his face, my brother's. Over and over again. The way he looked the night before he disappeared. And something in me just snapped. I got in my car and drove to that address. What I found there wasn't what I expected. There were others. All wearing masks. No faces, no identities. Just people. Lost people. We sat in silence for an hour. No one spoke. No introductions. Just breathing. Together. It was terrifying at first. But then something happened. Someone lit a candle. Then another. One by one, the room filled with warm light. And for the first time in months, I felt like I existed again. There were no rules. No doctrines. Just presence. Every month since then I've gone back. Sometimes to cry. Sometimes just to sit in silence. Sometimes to listen to others speak in that same silence. It's strange. I know it sounds like nonsense. But for me, it became home. And I thought if I told you, you'd try to fix me. You'd pull me out of it. You'd call it a cult or say I was brainwashed. And maybe I am, a little. But it's the only thing that's kept me from falling apart. I kept it secret not because I didn't trust you, but because I didn't want to lose the only thing that helped me survive before you. You became my light. But that place, that silence, it saved me before I even knew your name. And now you've seen it. Now you know. So tell me, do you want me to walk away from it? Or do you want to come with me next time?
You know what the worst part is? It's not the masks. It's not the silence. It's that you went through all that pain, and I had no idea. You smiled. Every day. You kissed me goodnight. You planned our wedding like nothing in your heart was shattered. And all that time, I was sleeping next to a woman still bleeding inside. And I didn't even know. God, I hate myself for that. Not because you didn't tell me, because I didn't see it. I thought I was this great husband, the attentive one, the safe one. And maybe I was, but clearly not enough. Because you were in the dark, and I never even noticed. That place you go to, yeah, it sounds strange. But it also sounds like the only place where you felt seen when the world turned its back. And I won't ask you to leave that behind. Not if it still means something to you. But I need to ask you something else. If there's a part of your life that deep, that heavy, is there more? More things you kept inside? Because now that I know you're capable of carrying all that alone, I wonder what else you're hiding behind that calm face. And I don't ask out of suspicion. I ask because if we're going to survive this, you and me, I need to know we're done with secrets. So are we? Are we done hiding?
Yes, there is more. There's always more when someone has lived with pain for that long. You learn to compartmentalize. Put your sorrow in little boxes, stack them neatly, and bury them under a smile. You said I looked calm. That's not calm, it's a performance. I learned to fake calmness like an actress learns a role. You think I was strong, but really I was just rehearsed. And you want the truth. Sometimes I wish you hadn't found out. Not because I'm ashamed of what I do, but because now I feel exposed. Naked. Like a wound you've peeled open and are staring at. But maybe that's what love is. Not just the good parts, but the raw ones. The parts that stink and bleed and ache. Maybe that's what we signed up for. You asked if I've kept other things from you. Ev. And before I tell you, please understand I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm saying this because if I don't, I'll always be halfway yours. There's a man from before you. Long before. We weren't just in love. We were inseparable. The kind of love that feels like oxygen. Dangerous, vital, all-consuming. We planned everything, our life, kids, travel. Thought he was it. But then he changed. Little things at first. Jealousy. Control. The need to always know where I was. Then came the anger. The pushing. The bruises. I stayed longer than I should have. Because that's what people like me do. We think love is sacrifice. We think pain is passion. He disappeared one night. No goodbye. No closure. Just gone. And part of me never stopped waiting for him to come back. Not because I wanted him, God no, but because I never got to scream at him. I never got to say, "You broke me." When I met you, you were like sunlight through a window I'd forgotten was there. Gentle. Patient. You made love feel safe again. But I've never told you this because I thought, maybe you'd feel like you were second choice. Or worse, that I still had some part of me tied to that trauma. But I don't. Love you. Fully. Truly. In a way that I didn't even know was possible until I met you. And now that everything's out, now that I've ripped off every mask, I just need to know. Do you still want this? Do you still want me?
God, I don't even know what to say. Not because I'm angry, but because I feel small. Small for thinking. I understood the shape of your heart. You carried all that? The abuse? The fear? The shame? And then you still stood beside me and smiled like you had never been burned? That's not weakness. That's strength I don't even know if I have. I don't see you as damaged. I see you as someone who crawled through hell barefoot and still somehow smells like roses. And I'm not scared of your past. I'm scared of how much you've hidden to protect me. You think I'd feel second place? No. Hell no. I feel honored. Honored that you chose me after all that. That you trusted me with what's left of your soul. But here's what I need now. I need all of you. Not just the love. Not just the kisses and the shared dinners and Sunday mornings. I want the scars. The baggage. The broken pieces. Because I don't love the idea of you. I love you. And if you think for a second that any part of your story makes you unlovable, you're wrong. But I need to ask something else. That man, your ex, is he still out there? Because I've seen stories like this. And I know that ghosts don't always stay dead. If there's even a chance he could come back, if he's dangerous, I need to know now. Not because I'd run, but because I'd fight for you. I need the truth. All of it. Even the parts you're afraid to say out loud.
Guess he's still out there. I don't know where. I don't know who he is anymore. He could be anyone walking down the street. Could be someone with a new name, a new life, a new mask. But sometimes when I'm walking home alone or sitting in a quiet cafe, I feel it. A tingle at the base of my spine. That cold breath of something watching. I never reported him. I didn't want the shame. I didn't want people asking questions. My family, my friends. I didn't want them to look at me like I was broken, like I should have known better. And worst of all, I didn't want to feel like a victim. So I let him vanish. And for a while I convinced myself that made me free. But it didn't. Just made me unfinished. Sometimes I get anonymous texts, blocked numbers, photo of the street I just walked down. A song he used to play sent at 3 a.m. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's just a sick coincidence. But every time it pulls me back into that place, where doors feel like cages and footsteps sound like thunder. I never wanted you to carry that burden. That's why I hid it. I thought, if I could be the perfect wife, the happy partner, then maybe I could rewrite who I used to be. Maybe the shadows would forget my name. But they haven't. And now I realize how unfair it's been to you. You deserve more than this haunted version of me. But here's the thing, I'm done hiding. I don't care what he thinks he can do. I don't care what fear he wants to resurrect. He doesn't get to own a single piece of my future. I'm telling you now not to scare you, but to let you in. 'Cause for the first time, I want to be known. All the way. Even the ugly parts. Even the parts that still flinch when the door slams too hard. So, yes, he's out there. But so am I. And I'm not running anymore.
God, you are unreal. You talk like you're breaking apart. But all I see is someone who's finally becoming whole. I've been sitting here, thinking back. Every night you flinch at a loud noise. Every time you looked over your shoulder in a parking lot. Every time you said, I'm fine, with a smile too tight to be true. I should have seen it. I should have. But you're not just good at hiding. You're good at surviving. And I swear to you, on everything I am, that I will never let anyone hurt you again. Not him. Not your past. Not even your own doubts. You don't have to rewrite your past to deserve love. You already do. And I don't care if we have to fight shadows together. I'll bring the light. But there's something I need to ask you now. Something deeper than all the pain and fear and survival. What do you want? Really? Not what you think I want to hear. Not what keeps us safe. What do you want? Because I want to rebuild everything. Our trust, our intimacy, our life. But only if you want it too. Not out of guilt. Not out of fear. Only if you truly believe that after all this, you still want us.
You know, when I was a little girl, I used to sit by the window and imagine what my wedding would look like. I pictured white flowers, music in the background, and a man smiling at me like I was the only woman in the world. I never thought that one day I'd actually get to feel all of that, until you came along. You made my childhood dream real. But now, I feel like I'm holding a beautiful memory in one hand and a ticking clock in the other. Every time I see you smile at me now, it breaks my heart a little. Not because of anything you've done, but because I know it won't last. I know that each moment with you is being borrowed. And the worst part, I don't even know what's going to happen to me when time runs out. I don't know if I'll disappear in the middle of the night or fade like a forgotten dream. I don't know if I'll be able to remember you. Or if you'll remember me like a ghost that once loved you. That uncertainty eats at me. And still, I wouldn't trade this time with you for anything in the world. Sometimes at night, when you're asleep, I reach out and trace your face with my fingers. I try to memorize every little detail. The curve of your lips, the warmth of your skin, the way your chest rises and falls. Because if I vanish, I want to carry those memories with me wherever I go. You ask why I didn't tell you sooner. And it's because I didn't want to ruin this. I didn't want fear to poison the joy we had. I didn't want you to look at me with pity or panic. I wanted us to just be us. Two people in love, planning a future, even if it's only borrowed. But now I see that hiding it was a mistake. You deserve to know the truth. You always did. And I'm sorry it came out this way. Through whispers and shadows instead of honesty and trust. We have 15 days left. 15. I don't want to spend them crying or fearing what's next. I want to laugh with you. I want to kiss you until I can't breathe. I want to dance with you in the kitchen like idiots and fall asleep in your arms like it's the only place I belong. Let's not waste this time, okay? Let's write our own ending, even if the last page is blank. Because if I'm going to disappear, I want my last memory to be of you saying, I love you, with your whole heart.
I swear to you, I don't care how much time we have left. If it's 15 days, 15 hours, or 15 minutes, I'm going to make every second count. You think I'll let you slip away quietly? No, not without a fight. We spent years planning a life together, talking about names for our future kids, saving for a house near the coast, laughing about what we'd be like when we're old. You think I can just watch that disappear without doing anything? I can't. And yeah, maybe I sound naive. Maybe I'm holding on to a fantasy. But I refuse to believe that fate is so cruel it would bring us together just to tear us apart. We've beaten the odds before. Remember when we first met, and you told me I was too intense? And now look at us, engaged, in love, building something beautiful. I'm not giving that up. Not without searching for answers. Not without trying everything. I've already started researching. Strange disappearances, unexplained phenomena, curses, time loops, whatever. I don't care how crazy it sounds. If there's even a sliver of hope, I'll find it. I'll tear the world apart if I have to. But more than that, I want to be here for you. I don't want you to face this alone. If the clock is ticking, then we'll live every damn second like it matters. No more secrets. No more pretending. From now on, we tell each other everything. Every fear, every thought, every dream. If you're scared, tell me. If you feel something strange, tell me. We're not wasting a single moment. We're going to finish our wedding playlist. We're going to finish that scrapbook you started. And we're going to write letters to each other for every anniversary we'll never get. Because screw whatever force thinks it can take this from us. It doesn't get the last word. We do. If you disappear, I'll find you. I swear to you, no matter where or what you become, I'll never stop looking. Because loving you isn't something I can turn off. It's not just something I do. It's who I am now. So let's live. Let's burn brighter in these 15 days than most couples do in 15 years. Because if this is a countdown, then I'm going to make damn sure you go out knowing just how much you were loved. I sat there for what felt like hours, trying to process everything she just said. My mind was a storm of emotions: fear, awe, love, desperation. The woman I loved wasn't human, or at least not entirely. And now, with only a few days left, I knew I couldn't waste another second drowning in confusion. You said, the others will come for you soon. How many days do we have left?
5. Maybe 4 if they sense how attached I've become to this place. To you. They don't like it when we get too close. Too human.
Then let's use every second. You don't have to go back. Maybe we can run. Hide. There must be somewhere they can't reach you.
That's the thing. There's nowhere. They don't travel through space like you think. It's not a spaceship, not in the way humans understand it. They exist in folds, pockets between dimensions. They're everywhere and nowhere. You can't run from them.
Then fight them, or let me fight them for you. I'll do anything. Just tell me what to do.
If you fight them, you'll die. If I resist, I'll be erased. That's not just death, it's oblivion. Everything I am, everything I felt. Gone like I never existed. That's the price for disobedience.
Then we make this count. The time we have left, it has to mean something. I want to know everything. About you. Your world. Why you came here. Why me?
I came here because I was curious. They assigned me to observe emotional bonds. To understand your species better. But then I met you and curiosity became something else. You were kind, honest. You listened. You didn't try to fix me or question every odd thing I did. You just loved me. And I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect you either. But now that you're here, I can't imagine a life without you. Even if these are our final days, I want to spend them doing everything we never got to do.
Like what?
Let's take that road trip we always talk about. Just one day. Drive until the sky turns pink. Talk about nothing and everything. Then watch the stars until morning.
That sounds perfect. One perfect day. A memory worth carrying back into the void.
No, not into the void. I don't care what they are or how powerful. When the time comes, I'll stand between you and them, even if it ends me.
You would risk your life for me.
Like what?
Memory. Spark. I don't know what form it'll take. But if you ever feel something, a whisper in the wind, a flash in the corner of your eye, that'll be me, reaching back.
I'll hold on to that. I promise. The sky begins to shimmer, the trees vibrating with a frequency that only she can feel. She turns to him, tears in her eyes.
They're here. It's time.
No, please, just one more minute.
I love you. More than anything I was supposed to feel. That was my mistake. And my miracle.
I love you too. Always. She steps into the light, her form dissolving into particles of starlight. The forest falls silent. He stands alone, under a sky that will never look the same again.